Hi, this is Darren with Smartsheet Guru. I was approached by Coach Joe at Big Man Travels to create an application for him that he can use with his clients. Coach Joe is a coach. He coaches clients on nutrition, and he's also going to run a series of master classes, and he's going to use this application for his clients so they can enter in their daily food intake, and he can monitor their food intake from the coach's dashboard, and he can see the details of all his clients, and he can show them their progress when he does phone calls or video calls with them. So I'm going to start out, I wanted to showcase this application, and I wanted to start out with the view that the user would see. So I'm running this in the browser. Of course, this is an Appsheet app, so it'll work on Android or iOS or in a browser. So it starts out. It keeps track of how many days that you are tracking your food intake. So it starts at day 1, and you go to the next entry, go to day 2, etc. Keeps track of the date, and you can input your activities. So you say, oh, I ran today, and maybe I went swimming, and did some other things. So you can select your activities. Then you can put in your meal entries. And again, it automatically advances to the next meal number for the day. So there's no limit to the amount of meals. So if you do 3 meals, 4 meals, 5 meals, 6 meals, however many the person needs, they can enter in on any particular day. They can put the time of their meal. They can track their mood. Put any notes in that they need to put in. They can put a picture of their meal. We'll just say that. That looks pretty yummy. And then here, under each meal, they can enter in their items, each item in the meal. And it comes preloaded with some fruits and vegetables and nuts already in here. And when just show you real quick, if you selected almonds, for example, it pulls in the standard nutrition label, serving size, the standard fats, carbs, protein, fiber, and these are all in grams. And the user can then put in the serving size that they actually ate in grams. So let's say 30 grams of almonds, and it calculates the actual number of servings, and then it calculates, from these facts based on that serving size, how many grams of fats, how many grams of carbs, protein, fiber, and then gives you a total of the calories intake. So go ahead and save that. So let's say we're going to add our own item in. So we'll say steak, so they can add in their own item. And I'll just put in some numbers here. Okay. All right. Calculates there everything. Okay. So you can add as many items that are in the meal, and it will total up the total amount of calories in the meal. And one thing I wanted to show, it remembers your previous selections. So if I were to come here, an item name, if I say, see, steak is in here already because I already added it. Of course, almonds is already in there because that was a default as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead, we'll save that for illustration. And we'll save that. And then after that's all saved, once it does all the calculations here, it's going to generate a nice little chart that's going to show the percentage of, here, I'll make it bigger here. So it shows the percentage of fats and protein and carbs that were in the meal. So that's pretty handy there. Give some feedback to the user of how they're doing with these various nutrients. Okay. And of course, the user can go ahead and add meal too, and then do the same thing, add items. Okay, so something else I wanted to show back in the daily log is when a user enters data on a Monday, if they're asked to upload some weekly progress. So just as before, they can choose the activities, and they're asked to put a progress picture of themselves. So go ahead, there we go. And also a scale where they put in their weight in pounds there. So that way the coach can see their progress as far as how they're doing on their weight, and see pictures of them. And of course, can enter in their meals as well, just as usual. Okay, so here we are in the view from the perspective of an administrator or a coach. In this application, coaches are administrators. And so the administrator or coach can modify the users. They can add users. Okay, so the coach can go into the user screen, and they can see the various users that are here in the app. And they can add users. And the neat thing about this is not only can the name and email and the role be chosen, but the coach can also put in a unique value for the baseline calories, protein, fats, carbs, and fiber. And you'll see why that's important here shortly. All right, back on the coach's dashboard, the coach can choose user progress. And when doing so, they're able to filter this dashboard by user. So they can choose a different user, it'll load the data. I don't have much data in for this user, but we go back to John Smith here, and there's 3 days of data. Day 3 doesn't have too much, but you can see here that here's where the baseline values come in with baseline fats, carbs, calories, protein, fiber, and these numbers are numbers I made up. So if you're looking at this and you're a nutrition coach, then don't pay attention to these baselines. But you can see here, so the user entered values are plotted against the baseline. So the coach could see and show the client how well they're doing with their intake of the various nutrients and calories. The coach can choose to view all the data for a user, or they can choose a 1-week time frame or a 2-week time frame. So they choose the start date of when they want to start that 2-week or 1-week window. And if they want to go back to all, they simply choose all. This is very useful when a coach is on a call with a client and wants to go over their individualized results with them. Also shown here are the progress pictures and weights for each Monday in the time frame chosen by the coach. In this case, I only have one, but if this data was over several weeks, then there would be an entry here for each Monday in that time frame. So thank you for watching this client showcase of this application that was made for Big Man Travels, and that's Coach Joe, and I have his Instagram linked down in the description here if you want to learn more about what Coach Joe does. And if you need help with Appsheet, of course, reach out to me, Smartsheet Guru, I'll put a link to my contact page in the description as well. Thank you.